Hello everyone, welcome to Data Engineer YouTube channel. In this video, as per the playlist, we will be talking about tumbling window trigger, storage event triggers and custom event triggers. So let's get started with it. Alright, so in the previous video we saw what are scheduled triggers. Next to previous video we saw what are triggers, so do check out those videos so that you can get to know better about triggers. So let's continue. Now what we need to do is we need to add a trigger, so we'll go to trigger, new or edit. Already we have created a schedule trigger. For a particular one pipeline we can create multiple trigger, that is possible. So what you need to do is you can just click on here and you can click on new. From here we can select the type of trigger you want. Scheduled we already discussed, so today now we will be discussing about tumbling window trigger. Now what is a tumbling window trigger? Unlike schedule trigger, so if I set a schedule trigger for an hourly base, let's say I am starting schedule trigger from 1 a.m. today. So what will happen is, if I am setting it for an hour basis, after 1 a.m. it will trigger at 2 a.m. then at 3 a.m. and so on. Now the question is, what, let's say one trigger was set at 2 a.m. Now it is processing, and it took like more than 1 hour. Now the 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. trigger will clash, right? Now what will happen is, eventually your data will be corrupted because two triggers are overlapping, and there is no way you can stop it. So in this kind of situation we go for tumbling window trigger. Now what we mean by tumbling window is, let's assume the 2 a.m. one was still continuing. What will happen is the 3 a.m. will be skipped. It will not execute. The reason being because they are overlapping. Already a trigger is executed on this pipeline. We don't want another trigger to be executed. Then we go for tumbling window trigger. Otherwise it is same as scheduled trigger, right? Now the question is when to go for schedule and when to go for tumbling window. So we go for schedule trigger when we want, if your two pipelines are two triggers are overlapping on a one single pipeline only. Let's say my pipeline name is copy Excel data. This pipeline have 3 scheduled trigger. So if there may be a situation like all the 3 triggers overlap or 2 trigger overlap, and due to this overlapping of trigger my processing is not affected, my data is not affected or corrupted, we can go for scheduled triggers. But if our data is affected by overlapping of triggers, we should go for tumbling window trigger. Again, based on project situation you can select. Rest everything is similar. You select date, you select the recurrence of it, and if you want to start it you can take it, and if you don't want to start it from here, you can untick and press OK, and you can activate it from the monitor section, manage section, sorry, as per we saw in the previous video. Now let's talk further about storage event triggers. Now what are storage event triggers? So based on the storage movement, data movement, if we want to trigger any pipeline. So for example, if I select storage event trigger, it will ask me for subscription name and the storage account name. So let's say I selected my storage account name. Now it will ask me for the container name. I have a dev container inside my storage, so I'll select that. Now just see, there are two events. One is blob created or blob deleted. So that means whenever a new blob is created in this container, this trigger should activate. Or whenever a blob is deleted from this container, this trigger will activate. So again, based on the situation, project requirement, you can select this one, right? Based on the event, whether the blob is created or deleted, it will execute, right? Now last one is custom events. So we can have a event grid topic name. I don't have it now, but you can have, if you have an event grid topic name and based on that you want to trigger something, so you can go for the custom events. These are very rarely used. We go for schedule trigger or tumbling window trigger mainly, right? So I hope you got to know everything about triggers. So these are only the 4 types of triggers, and then you can even monitor your triggers by going to monitor section. So triggered run will be here and the debug run will be here. So all the trigger run will be shown here. right? And even if you go to manage, you will in the trigger path, in the author section, you can see all your trigger, whatever trigger you have activated, or even you can deactivate that trigger, right? You can stop it and you can publish, right? So this is all about trigger end to end in Data Factory. I hope you love this video. If you have any question, you can definitely put in the comment section. If you are new to our channel, you can subscribe it, like it if you like the video, and share it with your friend. Thank you.